All right, welcome back to the NBA NCAA Fantasy Faves League. I'm bringing up Week 4 results and then jumping into the Week 5 matchups. Week 4, as it were, already in the books. You had the Bulls taking on the Warriors in my fantasy league. The Bulls went ahead and beat the Hawks 102-99, and the Warriors crushed the Rockets 125-98. Warriors win that game simply because they had a larger point margin, 27 points to 3 versus the Bulls. So Warriors win that one. You had the game of the week, Cavaliers versus the Spurs on Saturday night. Great game. That's just a head-to-head matchup. Whoever wins, wins, and that was the Spurs 118-115. Good job, Spurs. Then you had the Knicks taking on the Lakers. And let's see, Lakers won their game versus the Pacers, and the Knicks played the Suns and lost. So straight up, Lakers win, Knicks lose, no tiebreaker needed. Lakers win that game. The other game of the week was Louisville taking on Florida State University, and that game was just a straight head-to-head matchup. Great game. Louisville loses, unfortunately, by 5 points to Florida State, 73-68. Florida State wins that game. Kentucky plays Notre Dame in my fantasy league. Kentucky beats up the Gamecocks 85-69, and Notre Dame won 84-66. So by a point margin of plus 18 over plus 16 for Kentucky, Notre Dame wins their game in tiebreaker fashion. Then over in the other league, you had, or over there in the West, you had UCLA going up against Kansas. Actually, it's the South. I have the NBA West, NBA East, NCAA South, and NCAA North. So in the South, UCLA had played Kansas. UCLA actually lost to Arizona 96-85, and Kansas put a whooping on Texas 79-67. So Kansas wins their game just by virtue of them winning their real game. All right, so the rankings are as follows. In the NBA, the Warriors are 4-0, the only undefeated team. You have the Spurs at 2-2. The Bulls and Lakers are also at 2-2. The New York Knicks are at 1-3, and the Cavs are dead last at 1-3. Probably why LeBron wants a game changer with all his bitching and moaning going on over in Cleveland right now. Over in the NCAA, Kansas is on top, just as they are in real life. I think they're second place in the NCAA right now. Right behind Villanova. But Kansas is number 1 at 3-1. Louisville is right on their heels at 3-1. Florida State's 3-1. UCLA's 2-2. Notre Dame and Kentucky are both 1-3. So we're going to need some good play out of Kentucky and Notre Dame to get right back in the mix of things. We're going to go ahead and jump into the Week 5 matchups. I'm going to try to get this all in on one video. Week 5, the game of the week. We don't have an actual game of the week where my teams are playing one another head-to-head. So I went ahead and declared that the game of the week will be the UCLA Bruins, who take on the USC Trojans tomorrow night, are actually going to be playing Florida State, who play Georgia Tech. So UCLA is ranked 8th in the NCAA, and Florida State is ranked 6th as of tonight, Tuesday. So that's going to be my game of the week. Same format. UCLA has to beat USC. Florida State has to beat Georgia Tech. And if they both win, then it goes to point margin. The greater point margin of victory wins. If they both lose, then it's going to be the team that came closest to winning their game. The lowest point margin. All right, so that's the game of the week. The other NCAA matchups will be Kansas going up against Notre Dame. Kansas is playing the Mountaineers right now over on ESPN if you want to jump on that. And then Notre Dame is playing Virginia. Then you also have Kentucky going up against Louisville. So that's a good little rivalry in state there. However, Kentucky's playing Tennessee in real life, and Louisville's playing, I believe it says Pittsburgh. So that'll be that game. In the NBA, you're going to have the Bulls taking on the Cavaliers. The Bulls play the Hawks. Cavaliers play Sacramento. You have the Knicks going up against the Warriors. Knicks play the Mavs. Warriors play the Hornets. And then you have the Spurs going up against the Lakers. Spurs face off against the Raptors. Lakers face off against the Blazers. My picks going forward will be the Bulls, Spurs, and Warriors in the NBA. And then I'm picking Kansas. I'm picking Louisville. And I'm picking Florida State. All right. You guys enjoy the games. And I'll get back on here this weekend for Week 5 results and Week 6 matchups. Have a good one. Go Bruins.